This podcast is brought to you by Martin Kearns and the Valor of Valhalla series. In the battle between two ancient evils, can one naive young man become the last hope against powerful creatures of legend? Beneath the Veil is the gripping first book in the Valor of Valhalla dark urban fantasy series. If you like reluctant heroes, infernal myths, and bloody epic clashes, then you'll love Martin Kearns' formidable foray into the unknown. So head on over to readkearns.com and grab yourself a copy of Beneath the Veil today. Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Stories, the True and the Fictional, the podcast that's supporting indie people from all around the world. I'm one of your hosts, Jay O'Brien. With me always is our resident reader, Ryan. How we going, Ryan?
Man, I am living the dream. Lots of comic reading this week. I decided to. I'm still reading, the weekly releases. I think I'm up to 2022 now, finally, after taking a few years off. But I have been reading some old DC stuff through the DC Infinite app. I got a free 3-month subscription to that. So I went back and found, a chronological order of comics to read back from 2000 onwards. Yes, when I read comics during the day, I read those DC ones, and when I read during the night, I read my weekly ones. But still, I've just passed 3/4 of the way through Sinner's Past. And all I've got to say is, S.S. Fitzgerald, if you're listening, you are a sick, twisted fuck. Seriously. I just went through this week. I went through the hospital scene. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the depravity of it's just really. It's like I don't get. It is a little bit scary, but. It's just wow. I don't know where his mind goes when he creates these things, but I'm loving it.
There you go. Yes, check out S.S. Fitzgerald. He's not a sponsor, but we talk about him a lot, almost as much as Janelle Shaky. Check him out, and check out his episode if you haven't seen it already. It was a couple of weeks ago, maybe more, maybe a month ago, depending when this episode drops. But we do have sponsors, Rebecca Castles and Martin Kearns. Please check them out. They're great authors, great people. Got to get them back on the show soon too, especially Kearnsy. We haven't had him on in a while.
Well, he's had a new book. I just found it on Kindle Unlimited, the third and final book of the Veil of Valhalla series. I don't know when it came out, but it popped up on my Kindle Unlimited read, and I grabbed it straight away. Well,
I'm going to grab him soon, and we're going to make this magic happen. But while you're there, check out our sponsors, not our sponsors, check out our merch down below. Buy a shirt, support Ryan's family.
My family of cats.
And and help keep this show going. We've had a lot of support lately. We've had a massive jump in subscribers, so thank you guys for jumping on and listening and being a part of this great indie community. And speaking...
I take full responsibility for our new subscribers because I'm always living the dream, and everyone wants to be like me, living the dream. So I take full responsibility. No, I think it was I think we're just the quality of authors we're getting on and filmmakers and stuff is just constantly getting better and better. Every single time we do an episode.
Yeah. Well, let's bring in today's indie author, Mike Nunneley. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, I'm glad to be here, man. This sounds pretty exciting.
Oh, it's just going to get better from here, man.
I got your guys' questions. Give me my little warm up, and this is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this.
And then at the very end, we get to play a little game, which is just exploding at the moment, called Story Pitch. I'll explain it when we get there. But you basically got to pitch us a story with the parameters that we set, that you blindly choose. But we'll get to that later. First, let's not get too crazy with all the tangents, but let's find out who you are first. Who is Mike Nunneley?
Okay. I am a horror writer. I write it in various forms. Currently I have hard-boiled cyberpunk cosmic horror kind of a thing. I've got some superhero horror stuff coming. I've got some
Ooh,
Viking fantasy horror stuff coming.
ooh,
I've written several comic books, done a
ooh.
lot of podcasts. I have been writing professionally since 2019, and I founded a couple of labels, Omen Publications and Revelation Publications. And I got one book out, The Dread, and I'm currently working on a second book.
Amazing.
Awesome. Well, I mean, you're speaking my language with horror, superhero horror, comic books. So yeah, you pretty much sold me
I,
already.
I am a huge comic book fan. I have been
Mm.
Yeah.
reading. In fact, it was actually a comic book that got me first into writing. I read a lot of comics, but the one that really inspired me to go, hey, you know what? I want to try this. Is Spider-Man versus Wolverine. I don't
Nice.
know
Wow.
if
Yep.
you've ever read
Nice.
that, but has
Uh-huh.
a little espionage thing going on.
Hmm.
And that fight in the graveyard. Holy crap, that was so awesome. I love it that Spider-Man is just he's
Mm.
punching down Wolverine, everything he's got, Wolverine's just smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
It was just awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I always like when, people go out like all the villains and even heroes and stuff that go after Wolverine, and I just love seeing him just take every single thing that they've got. One of my favorite ones was Wolverine versus Hulk, and
oh,
the Hulk actually rips Wolverine in half and throws half his body, I think, 1,000 miles north and half his body 1,000 miles south, and he ends up just crawling over the period of a couple of weeks and just gets back to normal again. It's just
Mm.
it's insane.
And then there's
right.
Old Man Logan. That's a bit
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I've been asked a few times what superpower I would want, and it is definitely Wolverine's healing factor.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Not just for the healing, but for the longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people think that he doesn't age and he'll live forever, and that's not really true.
No.
He just ages really, really, really slowly because of his healing factor, because it just
Mm.
essentially, takes away any of the diseases or the ailments that may affect us as we grow old.
Yeah.
But he will eventually get super, super old and pass
Mm.
away, but it's just a lot harder. He won't pass away from someone trying to kill him because,
Yeah.
yeah, he'll just come back.
Do you have a favorite superhero?
Me, Batman, for sure. I've always been
Oh,
Batman,
me and
always
you are
been a
right on the
Batman
same page
fan.
right there.
Ever
Hell
since
yeah.
my parents took me to see Batman 1989 when I was 7,
Oh my
uh,
God.
with Michael Keaton.
I
He
have the
is
exact same story.
awesome. Well, he is and will always be my favorite Batman. Like that's saying a lot because I do love most of the Batman. But yeah, Michael Keaton, the memories that I have seeing that, and that got me into reading, and then I found, Superman, the Justice League, and then I found Marvel, the Avengers, Spider-Man, all that kind
Mm.
of thing, and it just started a lifelong love of comic books, and I pretty much have read since I was 7. I took a couple of years off dealing with some other stuff I had to deal with, but I'm slowly but surely working my way back up to date. Like I said in the podcast before, I stopped reading halfway through 2021 and started reading again earlier this year. So I'm slowly making my way through, and I think I'm up to 2022 at the moment. So getting there.
I'm pretty far behind as well.
Oh,
I've gotta ask you a thing about Batman 89 though.
sure.
One of the things that made that so good for me
Mhm.
was that pre-Batman 1989, my only exposure to Batman was Adam West and
Mhm.
Super Friends.
Yeah.
So when we get to Batman 89, I was like, finally, Batman is cool.
Yeah.
Like, check this
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Was it like that for you?
Look, I hadn't watched because I was only really, really young. I was only 7. I hadn't actually watched any of the Adam West Batman before I saw
Uh,
Keaton's Batman. I just remember, I think really Tim Burton was a great choice to direct the first 2 of the series because he made it dark, but also made it kind of, I found like it was a bit not kid friendly, but it was cool. It was, it wasn't super dark like, Christopher Nolan's or um Robert Pattinson's Batman, but
right.
I then went back and I remember they at the time out here they just started playing the Batman 66 on Saturday afternoons, and I remember watching it with my dad, watching the Adam West uh, series. And then, of course, now I own it on Blu-ray because I need everything Batman. But
Uh,
um, but yeah, Keaton was my first exposure, so I can't really say that after
uh,
watching the Adam West and then.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No.
I always loved that one. Keaton was badass, like he was in my mind is the greatest Bruce Wayne, except for Kevin Conroy in the animated series. I always have a soft
well
spot
said,
for
sir.
Kevin Conroy, but yeah, live action Michael Keaton, and then when they brought him back for the Flash movie, that was just
That should have
completely.
that should have been a Batman movie and not a Flash movie.
Yeah. Oh well, I think
Yeah.
essentially it kind of was.
Yeah.
I don't think
One,
anybody went to that to see the Flash.
No.
no,
No.
no. Because
No.
I was on the fence about seeing it. I mean, I'm one of those people who sees every comic book movie regardless of the reviews. But I was like going through a bit and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch it. And then Jamie's like, oh, the first trailer, they revealed that Michael Keaton is reprising his role as Batman. I'm like, okay, well, that got me
Yeah,
through the
see.
door. And I think it got a lot of people through the door.
No, I thought because I watched it and I think the best thing about the whole movie was the little 5 seconds at the end where Batman gets out of the car and
Yeah.
That's
And
it's
right.
George Clooney.
it's freaking
I'm just like,
Clooney, the worst Batman of all time.
I'm like that to me that was great. That was just so
Yeah.
funny. That was
So
so
we
funny.
got we actually got 3 Batmans in that movie. We got
Mm,
Ben Affleck, which I think uh I actually liked Ben Affleck as
mm.
Batman. I thought he played a really good,
I love Ben
Dark.
Affleck as
Yeah,
Batman. Yeah.
he was a really good, Dark Knight's Return, the Batman that had been around for 20 years and
Yeah.
had been through some shit. But yeah, we got Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, and then Bat Nipples himself, George Clooney. But yeah, we won't talk about George Clooney's Batman because that was
Yeah.
really bad.
It was literally like a dad movie of dad jokes.
It
I
was
still
because you
need
had
you.
you had Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. You
Yeah.
had I mean I will say Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy was really good. I did enjoy her. She was really a really good Poison Ivy, but then they just ruined Bane.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then luckily Bane got his redemption in the Nolan trilogy anyway.
I don't know that version. Nothing that happened in that movie redeemed Bane for me. And that
No.
was just the worst. I almost want to say it was a name only, but even that seems blasphemous. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like it was just
Yeah.
not that character at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
not the Batman podcast, though.
Oh, I think it is.
Uh,
I think it is.
I think that's how I actually became friends with Jamie and Chris and Mike. They had me over. They were doing a podcast that they used to do, and they needed. Jamie messaged me because me and Jamie used to play in punk rock bands, and that's how we
Mm,
knew each other. And he messaged me and he said, "Hey, I'm doing a podcast. I need a Batman expert. Do you want to come on?" And
mm,
I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." And then
mm.
like I just gave them all my Batman knowledge, and then
Yeah.
we all just hit it off. And 10 years or so later, we're still going.
It was good that you were actually a Batman expert because Mike
Yeah.
brought on a Stargate expert, and the guy was like, "I don't know anything about Stargate," and we're going like, "What?" Mike said he's like, "I did not say he." It was so funny, so funny. Anyway, let's
Wow.
get these icebreakers going.
Yeah, I believe it's your turn to go first this time,
Okay.
Jamie.
Well, Mike, I'm going to set this world for you because when we started this question, it got way too political. It got way too Miss Universe. Everyone wanted to be, worthy of getting rid of world poverty and wars and all the typical stuff. So we've reshaped this question to include the fact that those things have already been solved. So,
Yeah, so
Okay.
the world we live in is there's no cruelty to animals, there's no cruelty to humans, there's no world hunger, there's no wars, everyone loves each
hmm
other.
Yeah.
It's an almost perfect world, we like to say.
Yeah, almost. But we just need to tweak a few things. So, with that in mind, if you could get rid of anything in the world, what would it be?
Willful ignorance.
Yeah.
I don't. I I guess I'm kind of an intellectual, I suppose.
hmm
And so I don't mind somebody not knowing something,
Yeah.
but to not know and to not want to know
Yeah.
bothers me.
Yeah.
100%.
I think we should be always learning new things, whether you're, 10 or 100. I learn new things every day still, and I'm 43. And if there's a
hmm
day goes by where I don't learn something new, to me, it's
Yeah.
a day lost.
Yeah.
Right?
But to be ignorant and just not know anything about something and just not want to know anything about
Yeah.
something, that's just,
Like I'm
yeah.
I'm one of the weird people that like I want to know if I'm wrong about something because I
Yeah.
I don't want to be wrong about something. So if I'm wrong,
Exactly.
correct me.
That is the attitude you need to have. If you I gotta quote this line from Avatar because it fits so well. You cannot fill a cup that is already full.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I can 100% get
100%.
behind that.
Yeah. Definitely. I think the world would be a lot better if we all just, you know, didn't say, "Oh, we know too much. I don't want to learn anything else. I'm just going to sit this one out."
Mhm.
Just what's the worst thing that can happen?
I think it actually started discussing Batman versus Superman for me.
Mm,
There were things that you just don't get unless you watch the Ultimate Edition
mm,
because of
Yeah.
the editing that was
yeah.
done. And I people would say I don't like it because of this, this, and this. And I'd say, well, if you watch the Ultimate Edition, it shows this, this, and this. And they're like,
Yeah.
well, I don't care. I
Yeah.
just want
Yeah.
to hate it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay then.
Yeah.
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 It's
That was the
just
same with Justice League, the 4 hour
Right?
version and the
Mhm.
and the more campy version, shall we say. It's just
yeah, well,
that
I
that
don't I don't watch that. I don't as much as Zack Snyder obviously didn't want to leave the production, like he
no.
he unfortunately I think it was his daughter that passed away. And he said, "Look, I'm just not in the headspace to
Headspace,
finish
yeah.
this." So Joss Whedon took over, and obviously they have completely different directing styles.
Yeah.
Even with Joss Whedon's dark stuff, like Buffy and stuff, that's not really dark. It's still kind of light. And we know with Zack Snyder's dark stuff, he goes real dark.
Yeah.
So I don't fault Zack Snyder for leaving, but I won't if I'm watching that DCU. Um, from start to finish, I will watch the 4 hour Justice League, not
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
two and a
Totally.
half hours Justice League, because to me the 4 hour version is way better.
Yep. 100%.
Okay, question number two. What is something that is on your bucket list?
I actually I love to study ancient history. I just
Okay.
love I'm really into it, and I really love to go around and see all of the places that I've only read about in
Mm.
books or saw in a documentary. I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Greece. I want to go to Ireland and
Yeah.
Sweden and Norway, and I just want to see this stuff
Yeah.
in person. I want to put my hands on it. You know what I mean?
It yeah, it definitely changes everything because I got into, and Ryan will vouch for this, maybe almost 15 years ago, I really got into Ned Kelly, Australian
Mhm.
history figure, like one of our prolific
Okay.
outlaws. And then I got to go on the tour of, the banks he robbed to where he had his last stand, and you can just see it. And then you're going, okay,
Yeah.
he robbed a bank here. and that's a 3-hour drive from where he had his last stand or whatever. And just he rode on horseback all that way and robbed a bank, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then it's insane.
It's a totally different
Yeah.
experience. I mean,
Yeah.
you're under that sun. You're
Yeah.
on the ground that they were
Yeah.
walking on. You're looking at the thing.
Yeah.
That would just be a totally different experience. And
Yeah.
I that is so my bucket list thing. I want to
Yeah.
do that really bad.
Do it.
I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah,
Excellent.
definitely.
Yep. All right. Let's move on to, is this your favorite one, Ryan? Is this your favorite question?
Yeah, of the icebreakers, of the first round
Of the
icebreakers,
answer.
it is.
Yes. Okay. So I'm sure you're familiar with this wonderful monument from your neck of the woods. The wonderful
Yes.
Mount Rushmore. So what we want to do is we want to take this theme, but switch it with television shows. Can be any genre, cartoons, sitcoms, dramas, whatever you want it to be, but 4 TV shows that you would want to throw up here on the Mount Rushmore.
I am going to say number 1, The X-Files.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, The Sopranos.
Oh, yes.
Number 3, Daredevil.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, you almost had me 4 for 4. And then you mentioned Star Trek.
I'm a huge Trekkie. Been a Trekkie my whole life.
My wife is a massive Star Trek fan. That's why I've watched all of the shows. But at least she said Next Gen, which is, in my opinion, the best one.
Patrick Stewart. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll tell you. Well, let me ask you this. Well, no, you're not a Trekkie. That's probably not a good question for you.
I'm a late Trekkie because I grew up watching Star Trek, but because I had to watch Star Trek, it's dinner time. Star Trek's on.
Right?
No. So I knew all the faces. I've watched a lot of it, but call me crazy, but I really, really enjoyed the new one, Strange New Worlds.
I honestly, I really liked the first season, and I liked the introduction to the crew in Discovery, but they lost me with the musical episode.
Yeah, that was kind of random.
It by that point, it felt like I was watching. I mean, it felt like Star Trek in name only by that point. It didn't. I mean, we had a doctor aboard who was a murderer. We had a doctor aboard that was willing to put the rest of the ship in danger so that he could keep his daughter. There's just so many things about it that quit being Star Trek for me.
Yeah.
Jamie keeps trying to get me to watch it because he's like, "Oh, the 3rd season or something is
the latest
very
season.
horror
There's a lot of horror."
But he knows I'm a completionist, and I would have to watch all of the first couple of seasons first. I can't just jump in and watch one single season, and it's just a no from me because I'm behind on so many shows as it is.
Well, you got to get a schedule going, Ryan. You got to get a schedule going.
I have 20 seasons of The Kardashians to watch with my wife.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
Yeah,
no,
schedule.
But in saying your Mount Rushmore, though, you have included my favorite show of all time, which is The Sopranos. I watch The Sopranos at least once a year. That is one of my all-time favorite shows. X-Files as well. I always tease my dad because my dad watched the X-Files and he hates that episode. And if you're an X-Files fan, you'll know it as soon as I say the name. The episode called Home.
Oh gosh, yes, I
where
know that one.
The inbreds and they wheel mum out from under the bed. My dad just can't stand that episode.
I don't know if it was the same over in Australia, but here they played that episode once and then took it out of circulation. It bothered so many people.
I only really watched it on DVD because I had all the DVDs.
Right.
But anytime my dad, used to go, "Oh, do you want to watch some X-Files?" And I go, "Oh yeah, I've got the perfect episode." And then I just put that episode on and just watch him cringe the whole way through. But yeah, Daredevil as well. Daredevil,
yes.
The
I love
Netflix
that
series,
show.
and then Born Again is just amazing. Jamie's only just watched Born Again as well, because I kept telling him, you need to watch it, you need to watch it. It's literally a continuation from the Netflix stuff. And then he watched it all in one day.
I didn't. I will say this. I don't want to spoil anything, but they kind of get rid of a beloved character right in the first episode, and it really bugged me.
Yeah, that bugged me too.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but Marvel have announced that he is returning in season 2. So
oh yes.
I don't know if that's through like flashbacks or anything, but it does say that person, and like I said, I'm not going to spoil it because I don't want to do that to people. That person is returning with the rest of the cast of Daredevil.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting!
It shocked the hell out of me too.
Yeah.
I did not see it coming when I watched the first episode the day it was released. Because I think I was in hospital for 10 months last year and this year. So I'd just gotten out of hospital, and we had our new house set up, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to watch this. So I watched it, and I think they released the first 2 episodes. I'm glad they did, because with what happened at the end of the first episode, I literally had an audible gasp.
Yeah,
and my
mouth open for me.
Yeah. And my wife I was watching it on my computer with my headphones, and she's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I said, "Oh, they killed." And she's like, "Oh, it's part of your show." Like, yeah, but
yeah. No, I love it, but I don't know. So something I was watching. I maybe need to watch it again, but I felt like something was lacking from season 4, or technically season 4.
Season 3.
No. You mean?
No, as well. I call Born Again as 4. It's because
it's
a continuation.
Okay.
Born Again.
Okay.
Born Again. I don't know. It felt like something was lacking. I can't put my finger on it. I still liked it. I still loved it. But
for me, I thought the thing with Vanessa, I get that she got a taste of power and she liked it, but her character was a complete 180. That was nowhere near the same woman, and it kind of threw things off for me a bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing I said to Joe in the first, say, 4 or 5 episodes. The Kingpin character was kind of weak, but then obviously, towards the end. Came back, which
I was agreeing. I was agreeing with a lot of his policies. I'm going like, cut the red tape, go fix the pothole. I'm going, yay!
I can't remember the exact storyline, but Kingpin did run for mayor, and he put on a facade like that. Yeah,
so it did feel like a facade.
He was actually mayor in the comics for I think about 2 years. It culminated in a storyline called Devil's Reign, which I'm almost about to start reading. Where Kingpin actually did become mayor of New York, and he was funny when he wanted Daredevil taken out or Spider-Man taken out. He would just get all the mercenaries or crime gangs, and he goes, "Okay, whoever can bring me Daredevil or Spider-Man will get a get out of jail free card, which means you can continue to operate your criminal activities, and I will keep the police force and government away from you for 1 year." And that's the kind of thing you can do if you're a government official,
it's funny because he's got that supervillain voice.
Yeah.
And we're like, who's voting for that? Like, if someone came out and said, because I'm going to run for office. It's like, I will help the children, and it's just like, how is someone going to like trust that,
Well, it was funny a while ago. I think this was when he first run in office. I think it was Jimmy Kimmel or something like that had Mark Hamill on his show and got him to read Donald Trump's tweets in the Joker's voice.
That's right, yeah.
And it kind of made sense. It was pretty impressive. I think it's on YouTube. You can Google it. If you haven't seen it, Google Mark Hamill reading
Donald tweets,
reading Donald Trump's tweet in the Joker voice. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
question number 4. What is your zombie apocalypse plan?
Well, it's not very elaborate. I'm coming up on 50 and I'm not in good shape. But I suppose I would head to high ground, probably in the mountains, hopefully near water. And I'd have to take a tip from my girl Michonne and bring a katana.
Mm,
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
excellent.
It's hard to run out of bullets with a katana.
Yeah.
As long
Yeah.
as I can keep it sharp, I'm doing good.
Unless
Yeah,
it's-
just get a really good, whetstone or something like that, and you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
excellent.
But I like that idea because lately we've been getting a lot of people who just say, I will just spend a day with my family and then succumb to the zombies because I'm nowhere near ready or healthy or fit enough to fight the zombies. But I like that you're actually putting the effort in.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I don't I one of my favorite songs from Iron Maiden is Die With Your Boots On, and there's a reason
Nice.
for that.
Nice.
Excellent.
Love it.
All right, the final icebreaker question. Now, I'm going to assume that you know Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We have to check now because some people are like, "Who's
Yeah.
that?" And
Yeah,
then
we had some of the younger authors come on and go, no, I've heard of them, or I've never, no, I don't know who they are. I'm like,
I
oh
had
my
to
God, we're
Google. I
showing
had to
our
Google.
age.
Yeah, yeah.
Showing our age.
Yeah.
Gosh.
We may have to change it
That
depending
doesn't
on the
make me
guest.
feel old at all.
No.
Good.
No.
Well, Keanu's almost 60 now, so
Right?
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
He doesn't look it though, man. That
No.
guy's got some kind of vampire. He's got the Paul Rudd,
Oh,
vampire thing in him where he just doesn't age.
yeah,
Something like that is going on.
yeah, something like
He's
that.
making John Wick movies at his age. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, and then I just heard they're doing another one with him apparently.
Yep.
Continuing the ballerina story, I guess.
No,
I don't know. I think it's John Wick 5.
Big, but
They're actually,
John
I
Wick
know.
died
I
at the
know.
end of chapter 4.
Did he though? Did he though?
Yeah.
That's the
Because you never
question.
actually, I mean, I
You don't
watched
see the
it
body.
a while ago. You don't see the body. And, it could be like a Nick Fury bait and switch in Captain America Winter Soldier, where they killed Nick Fury and then he
Yeah.
appears.
Yeah.
So you
I
never
kind
know.
of want John Wick 4 to be the last, but they keep as long as it makes money. As long as it makes money, they're going to keep making it.
Well, I haven't watched the ballerina yet. I have it, but I haven't watched it yet. I missed it at the movies, but from all accounts, apparently that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I would say that it is a little bit different from
Yeah.
the John Wick, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I went and saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Well, I think like with the ballerina, to me, it kind of will have like a little bit of a Black Widow vibe to it. Being trained in an organization from young, from being a young girl to be an assassin and stuff. So that kind of interests me. So I mean, this month, October is my favorite month of the year because there's a horror movie out in the cinemas every week. So maybe in November, I might give it a watch. But it looks good.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the question. So,
Yeah, sorry.
Bill and Ted rock up outside your house in their phone booth time machine and say, "Whoa, dude, Rufus has asked us to give you a free ride in our phone booth time machine. Where are you going?"
I actually have a mystery I would like to solve
Ooh,
with
okay,
my
okay.
own eyes.
Hmm.
In ancient times, disparate cultures from around the world start building pyramids. I would like to find out the connection. Was it something as stupid as it was just the only technology they could come up with for building at the time? I don't think so. It seems I can believe that one or two cultures, like the ones in the Mediterranean areas, right?
Yeah.
I could see something like that happening in there because they all communicate. But people over in South America did it too, and in China, and I mean it was all over the place. That I don't know if Bill and Ted could grasp a journey like that, but that's what I'd like to do.
It was a an ancient door-to-door salesman selling plans.
Right.
Have you heard about the new pyramid?
Right. Or
Oh,
even
Okay.
just watching the
Mhm.
Egyptian pyramids get made.
Yeah,
We still have no idea how they did that.
yeah.
That's true.
It is one of those mysteries.
Was it aliens? Was it humans? Was it, who was it?
Or
I
was
got
it
no idea.
or was it just a pharaoh with a really good whip?
As they said in I want to say it was the original Lord of the Rings cartoon, they had that song, where there's a whip, whoosh, there is a way.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Cool. All right. This is going to be a great question because, well, we're all comic book fans here, and we all
Uh-huh.
love origin stories. So, what's your origin story when it comes to your writing? What's your origin story?
Actually, I got a really fun, what I think is a fun story for a horror writer to have. When I watched my first horror movie in 1985, I watched A Nightmare on Elm Street. It
Oh,
had
yes,
just
me
come up
too.
on VHS.
That was
Yes, all right.
that was my first that was my first horror movie.
Nice, nice.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Johnny Depp,
That
amazing death. It was fantastic.
Hell yeah, blood just pouring out. That was awesome. So in my fifth grade class, we had journal time. Now, I'm just assuming the other kids were writing about what they did during summer or an argument they had with their sister, or I don't know. I was writing down from memory the script to A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2,
Oh,
Freddy's
God.
Revenge.
Nice.
So I got several pages of this in my journal, and I guess the teacher was reading our journals when she was out at school or whatever. So she got to my journal and she's reading about Freddy Krueger killing these people, and I'm sure she was disturbed by the shower scene. And so she calls my parents in and says, I'm worried about your son being around the other children. And it was just this whole fiasco. Were worried about, wanted me to lead the class, and it was a whole thing. But I really freaked him out with that. The next time I did any writing was actually, I lived in an area of Chico, California called Chapman Town. It was heavily riddled with gangs at the time. And I had to walk to and from school and deal with these gangs. I got jumped often. And so I actually made a superhero character called the Warrior, who was he was actually brought in by the FBI specifically to deal with the gangs in the area. So it was kind of a fantasy type of a thing there, I suppose. Uh, Beyond that, I went to see there was reading The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, and the Chronicles of Narnia got me wanting to write a fantasy story. I wrote many chapters of it, several hundred pages, but it just didn't work out. I didn't know enough about writing yet. And so I went to both Eugene Bible College and Northeastern Christian College in Oregon, and I learned creative writing and topical writing there.
Okay.
I after that, let's see. I wrote 6 comics. I co-wrote 3 others and scripted 4 more. And I transitioned to prose with that. I recently published back in June the Dread. I believe I mentioned that earlier.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I'm currently working on another novel. The Dread is a novella. The second one, the Viking fantasy horror, is going to be a novel. And I got a lot more writing to do. I got a whole superhero
Mm,
universe I wrote in comics that is transitioning to prose.
that's awesome.
Okay.
A million questions. Ryan, do you have any? Because it's comic book related.
Yeah, so when you say you wrote comics, was that just, doing it independently, or did you manage to, get any to one of the minor labels or minor publishers?
Uh, n- no, I didn't. It was independently. I actually got into it because I got
Okay.
hired as a writer by someone to create characters and write comics in this universe they wanted. However, it was extremely derivative. It was basically, let's just take Spawn and put a new name on him and
Mm.
put it out for as we wrote it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to do that. So,
Yeah.
uh, also, I found out that he wasn't actually going to pay me as was agreed upon. And so I took the characters that I wrote and I left.
Mm.
And that's when I first started making my first comics. When I first put out Omen, I was able to afford 1 page per month. That's how
Wow.
much I could afford
Wow.
to get done, because I was barely doing it. And since then, I have put out, I want to say, 8 comics. But
Okay.
I've since taken them. I've since taken them down. It's one of those things where I look back on the quality of my work
Mm.
then, and it just makes me cringe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't, I don't want to do that. I don't want
Yeah.
that out there.
Yeah.
And so I kind of took the stuff down. And besides, everything's transitioning to prose anyway.
Yeah. So is that why you're transitioning to, because it was a lot more easier to just publish, prose than it is comics?
It's well, put simply, yes.
Mm.
The simplest answer is it's entirely too expensive
Yeah.
to put out comics. I mean, and it to make your money back is very, very difficult.
Yeah.
You're looking at $2,500 to $3,000 just for the art, and that's dirt cheap. Then
Yeah.
you got to pay a
Mhm.
letterer, then you got to pay an
Yeah.
editor, then you got to pay a
Mm.
printer, and it's just I got overwhelmed. I mean, I
Mm.
ended up after 5 years of trying to do it, I just ended up in debt.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's hard enough with indie authors getting art done for their books, because that's
Right?
expensive, and then you got to think about doing that so much more because you want to have a picture on every page.
Yeah. I really loved writing comics, but honestly, I think I'm better at writing prose. And
Mm.
my friend who used to print my comics for me said that my prose writing is, in his words, leaps and bounds beyond my comic book writing. And that's one of the reasons why I cringe looking
Mm.
at it. I
Yeah.
just I'm like, oh, you should have done this, or you shouldn't have done that,
Yeah.
or I just yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a learning process, right?
Right? Right? I guess if I could go back and do something different, I would have tried to write I would have tried to write more comics before I published one.
Mm.
Rather than any idiot can write a comic, let's just do this.
Yeah.
And that yeah, I was wrong.
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
I think because I follow a lot of obviously comic related stuff on the social medias, and I've had some conversations with, some comic book authors before, and they all say that they all have their own stories to tell, but in order to tell those stories, they need to find work with a major publisher first for a couple of years, because it is very expensive when you want to put out your own work and you don't have a publisher's backing behind it.
yep.
It is insanely expensive for not much return in relation to the comic itself, because you could spend a couple of grand upwards to 10 grand just trying to get a comic book out that sells for $3.99, and you might only sell, what if you only sell 50 copies? That you're not even close to making the money
Mm.
back. So a
Yeah.
lot of comic writers that I have spoken to, we have had to do some of the published work for places like Image or Dynamite or Boom or IDW, or if they're lucky enough, DC and Marvel, before they can actually get to tell their own stories.
Yeah, I didn't try to do any of that. Although There is a guy who writes Star Trek comics named Scott
Yeah.
Tipton,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of mentored me through the process. He let me read
Oh, wow.
scripts that he had wrote and all kinds of stuff. We got to be kind of friends on Facebook, and that helped a lot.
It's awesome.
Well, let's switch to the pros and take a look at your book, The Dread.
Okay.
We'll start with the cover because it makes more sense. You know, you look at it first, right?
Right.
And then you open it up. So, how'd you go about this cover? Was it something you commissioned, or are you a fantastic drawer that we don't know about?
No, this was commissioned. I didn't do the logo. I didn't do anything but write this. I paid for everything else to get done. This particular image is the book opens up in an unsure scenario that turns out to be a dream, and it is all kind of centered around this scene here. But it also, it plays a part in the end as well. So I just thought it was central. That's why I chose that particular image.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I thought that
you can definitely get a cyberpunky mystery, murder mystery, kind of feel from just looking at the cover.
nice. Yeah, the only thing that I've gotten that I wasn't expecting was the guy in the trench coat there.
Mm-hmm.
I have been told by somebody that they thought he was turned around instead of facing the guy.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see, look, it works both ways. It works both
Right,
ways. If you look at it from, if he's facing the guy, he's kind of crowded in shadow. So it's all mysterious. But then obviously, if you're looking at it from him facing the street and the buildings, it still works just as well too.
right, right.
Mm.
Yeah, and then the dread there, the title, I chose it simply because the feeling is in and of itself central to the story.
Okay.
That just intense feeling of dread eating away at your gut is something that I hope to not only do my characters go through it, I kind of hope to put my readers through it as well.
Now, is this I was looking at Amazon earlier. Is this available in all formats worldwide? Because I was trying to buy it on Kindle, but it's saying that it's not available to buy in Australia. I may just have the wrong settings, but is it
I have it set for all territories on KDP.
okay? Okay. That might just be a me issue. So I
It's
just thought
also
I'd ask.
it's also free to read on Kindle Unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that
Awesome.
makes a difference.
I have Kindle Unlimited for sure. I read that much that it just makes sense for me to have it. So
Right?
um but yeah, no, I'm sure I'll find it. I'll just keep going through while we're talking. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the plot? What's it about?
Um okay. It's the 26th century. We are on a space station between what was Earth, it's called Old Earth now, and Mars. The space station is called the Newer Space Station. Um, the story focuses around a guy who has a dream so vivid and so real that it has him questioning what is real and what isn't. To make matters worse, he struggles with insomnia.
Okay.
So this basically sets him up as your typical hard-boiled unreliable narrator.
Mm.
Yeah.
The book is John Pearson's journey through this thing, but it's all framed around a serial murder case. A third body shows up at the morgue, and that makes it a serial murder case, which dumps it in the laps of John Pearson and his partner Alan McCullough. Here's the problem. John Pearson's fingerprints are on the note in the dead guy's hand.
Yeah. Nice.
That is the basic setup for the thing. But to give you an idea about where I go with this thing, we're talking about existential philosophy. We're talking about questioning things about reality and about perception. We're talking about John Pearson is a hard-boiled detective. True, but unlike your average hard-boiled detective, he is extremely well educated. He references things like Paradise Lost. He compares himself to having to be to Odysseus being between Scylla and Charybdis. You know, he shows throughout the story that he's extremely well read. He references historical events and stuff, and he is an extremely deep thinker, and it is that journey that really propels the thing. But I think the heart of the story really lies in the relationship between John Pearson and Alan McCullough. They have the kind of bond that soldiers get on the battlefield when they have saved each other's lives. They have been there for each other through thick and thin.
Well, I just found it on my Amazon and just bought it for myself, so I'm looking forward to diving into it. It sounds really good.
Oh, awesome.
You've accomplished it, Mike.
Sweet.
This podcast should be called Selling Books to Ryan. Or,
hell yeah.
You know, sell me your book. Yeah. No, it sounds really cool.
My Kindle Unlimited queue, I've got 20 books in there at the moment that I'm waiting to read. So I thought you could buy it for $3.02 Australian. So I thought I'd just buy it, and that way I can have it and read it at my own time.
Also, if you're into audiobooks, I don't know if you are or not, but I had The Dread made into an audiobook. Awesome. And the guy who did it did an amazing job. This is not just a reading, it's a performance. And he does some special effects that I knew were coming, and when they came, I was scared anyway. I wrote the scene. I knew it was going to happen. He told me he was going to do the special effects, and my heart jumped when I heard it anyway.
That's awesome. That's what you want. So who did the audiobook for you? Like, how did you come to do that?
I went to ACX. You familiar with them?
Yep.
Okay. I went to them, and they have a thing where you can do a 50-50 royalty share.
Yep.
And that's how I did it. I read it. I met the guy. His name is Kevin Ingle. And he just had a really good voice for it. I read a couple of samples and stuff. And then when I gave him some descriptions of the characters that he was going to do, and he just busted it out. It didn't take very long, but I mean, it was one of those things where the more I got back from him, the more excited I was, until I was just exploding by the time it was ready to go out. I mean, honestly, I almost prefer the audiobook as a way to take in the book. It's that good.
Yeah. Well, there's three kind of people, or two kind of people, or there's the people that read the audio or read the book. There's people that listen to the book, and there's the people that read the book and listen to the book.
Right?
That's me.
Right? I actually had a guy do that already. He read it on Kindle Unlimited while he listened to it on Audible. Yeah.
It's so immersive. So is this a standalone, or are you going to do some more in the world?
No, and I get that a lot. I've been I don't know. I feel like I'm I feel like this is bragging or something. I don't know, but I in the 4 reviews that I've gotten, one of the things that everybody compliments me on is my world building,
Mm.
and that the book seems to leave them wanting more.
Yeah, that's good.
But there is no more.
Okay.
I wanted the world to feel lived in, and so I put a lot of work into the world so that it could just be interacted with. But yeah, no, this is a standalone story.
There you go.
From here, I'm working on a book called Scorn.
Scorn. All right,
Yes,
are you allowed to tell us more, or is it secret?
I can tell you a little bit. I can tell you the tagline and where I got the name of the book from.
Mm.
The tagline for the book is "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that goes double when she's a witch."
Oh, there you go.
Basically, long story short, a a king makes a promise of love to a witch in the heat of passion and ends up, hey, I gotta go home to my wife. She was not happy about it.
Wow. So is that like a full-blown fantasy?
Yeah,
Or
it's what it is. I did a ton of research into not just Norse mythology, which I was fairly familiar with already, but the thing I wanted to study particularly is the anthropology. I wanted to know, okay, I know that they believe these things, but how did that affect their lives?
Yeah.
So I want there to be this kind of authentic feel to what is going on as far as the living ingredient. This world is acting as if the Norse gods are real and interact with human beings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice.
And it's kind of a pseudo retelling of when the Vikings first raided Lindisfarne.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Basically, I'm going to put a new spin on how that event went down.
I love that. I love when you change history a little bit, or you write some fiction into history. Um, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, for example.
Right?
You know, I love that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because I know Blake Myers did it with
Mhm.
the Witch Elm,
Yeah, who
Bella
put
and the Witch.
Bella in the witch elm? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just fascinating to me. That's on my TBR. As long as it doesn't freak
Me
me out
too.
like the last book I read. Because I scare
What
easy.
was the last book you read?
Whispers in the Woods by Don Campbell.
Have
Well,
you finished it yet?
Yeah, I finished it.
I'm a longtime horror fan who cherishes things that actually scare me.
Yeah,
So I might have
I
to check that out.
look. There can be violence. There can be stuff, and I can. That's okay. But like, it's atmosphere when it's an atmospheric thing, because Don Campbell is just brilliant at atmospheric
Mhm.
horror. Like all he was writing about was this little girl who was drawing pictures of what she saw in the woods. You know, yeah.
Okay.
And,
He is really, really good. He's also got a short novella called Fright Manifest, which I recently read. And it takes place on a plane with 8 people.
Hmm.
And he has the ability to, set the atmosphere. Not once did I feel like, oh, we're still on the plane. Oh, we're still here. He's such a good
Well done.
writer, such a good horror writer.
Yeah, but yeah, he freaked me out, and I'm still like I live in a national park and I didn't go
Mhm.
bushwalking, which I do every day for like a week. This was just like I don't like these trees. So yeah, he's really good, but it's not my genre that I typically write. Like I only read it because he's a good friend. Um,
Right.
but he's brilliant, and
Mhm.
I think I can stomach one horror a year maybe if I'm lucky.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that stuff, man. I don't. I think and I have this theory. I think that people that watch horror do so for the same reason that people ride roller coasters. They want to experience danger in a safe environment. So you watch horror and you basically kind of get to exercise these darker parts of your personality. And in my opinion, the ones that you should probably be worried about are those who are repressing that darker part. Then you get stuff like that Dangerous Animals movie.
Yeah, that was really good. That was I saw the trailer for that when me and my wife went to see a movie. I think we went and saw the latest Final Destination movie in the cinema, and we saw a trailer for that. And she's like, I'm pretty sure that's Jai Courtney, the Australian actor, because it's an Australian movie. Basically, Jamie, it's a movie about a serial killer who takes people out on his boat out to the ocean and feeds them to the shark. Murders them and feeds them to the shark. And I'm like, no, it's not Jai Courtney. And then I looked it up, and he is almost unrecognizable.
Wow.
As this,
I would like to point out that serial killers that take their victims to be eaten by animals is an almost exclusively Australian thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
We've got the animals to do it.
Right? I just there aren't I don't know of a whole lot of other situations or movies or even serial killers that I know of outside of Australia that have done that. And I'm just guessing here. I'm not an expert or anything.
You think Komodo Island would be a better thing because the Komodo dragons over there, like they've reportedly eaten people, like
really
while they're sleeping or whatever. I don't know if it's been completely confirmed, but people have gone missing on that island. They've gone to bed at night and no one knows where they've been.
Okay. While they're sleeping, are you telling me a Komodo dragon just starts and you're like?
Well, apparently they can paralyze you or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The toxins, if they bite you, paralyzes you within, I think, like a minute. And then they will just literally eat you alive. And happy days.
I decided I didn't want to go to Australia when I learned that there was a spider the size of my hand that will come across the room to attack you.
Well, they don't know. If you're talking about the huntsman, they're the friendly ones. They just, like literally they're not poisonous. They're just huge. They won't attack you. I know people that leave them in their houses because they eat all the other bugs and all the other spiders and all the other things. They just have to.
Let's stop talking about spiders.
Okay, I'll go back to.
I have really, really bad arachnophobia, so
I'm verifying the Komodo dragon thing.
The movie Arachnophobia?
Yes, that was the movie that actually gave me arachnophobia.
I got really good grades, and my grandpa decided that he would take me to a movie to celebrate. And he took me to see Arachnophobia, knowing that I was arachnophobic.
Yeah.
He spent the entire movie watching me freak out, not the movie.
And that's a PG movie too. That's tame.
Right.
There's some horror movies out there that when I go, through Shudder or Prime or through my website, I have to quickly scroll past because they're just disgusting. But
okay, well, let's go away from the spiders, and I'll verify this. Between 1974 and 2012, 24 people were attacked by Komodo dragons, with 5 deaths.
Wow.
So it's rare, but they'll eat you. There you go. That's fun.
Can I just say I love your DeLorean you got back there?
Thank you. Yes, it comes out on special
huge Back
occasions.
to the Future fan here.
Yeah, me too. That's my Christmas movie. I watch it every year, all 3 in one sitting.
I watch it on October 22nd every year.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
when he went
here.
they went to the future.
Yeah, which is now the past.
Yeah. Right. I started doing that in 2015.
That's no, I love it. That this thing it's broken though because it usually lights up,
Oh,
but because if the power cuts out here, which it may do soon because the wind is going crazy, it just slams on the ground.
uh,
Because it's magnetic, it's literally hovering. Um,
oh.
so I'm living on the edge, but I love those movies. Even the third one. Don't care what people say. I love the third one.
Third one's the only Western movie I will ever watch.
My only problem with the third movie was one line from Doc Brown.
Hmm?
And that was they spent the first 2.5 movies talking about a universal paradox and it would unravel the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And Marty was like, "You said not to do this because of all this." And Doc's answer was, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Like, we're just gonna blow it off with that.
Yeah.
Just what the hell, right?
Yeah.
That was my one problem with 3.
Yeah.
That one line.
So well, there's a massive loophole in 3 as well because of like because there's 2 DeLoreans at the same time. Like because he's buried
Yeah.
the DeLorean in the cave, and then Marty has to
Hmm.
get it to go
Yeah,
back.
Marty
But
has. And then
Oh,
Doc,
right.
doesn't Doc have one in his barn?
yeah, I can't remember. I
No,
can't remember.
they go and get the thing out of the mine and take it back to the barn.
Yeah, in 1950s.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
then they have no fuel or something. But
That's
Doc
right. They did.
Doc would have
no plutonium.
yeah, Doc would have had fuel um when he
Not
buried
in
the
1955.
no but like
Remember,
so
I'm sure that in 1985,
no
plutonium is available in every corner
yeah
drugstore.
no like no like in the third one because they got to push it up to however fast it's got to
Right.
go because there's no fuel because Marty punctured the fuel line.
Right.
But
That's right. That's right.
but
Yeah.
Doc when Doc came, he buried the DeLorean there in that time. So they could have just gone and get new fuel from the DeLorean that was buried. Essentially.
Okay.
Do you catch my drift? Do you catch my
I
drift?
haven't
Yeah,
watched it.
yeah.
I love the movie. I love the
Yeah.
movie, but I haven't watched it that much that I would be able to
Yeah, well, so
confirm or deny any of that.
it's the end of the second one, and the DeLorean gets struck by lightning, and Doc gets sent back to 1885. Then he buries the
Right.
DeLorean, so he buries the DeLorean so Marty can get it from 1955.
Yeah.
And then Marty
Okay.
gets it from 55 and then goes this is a rabbit hole. And then he gets from 55 and then goes back to rescue Doc and then punctures the fuel line. But there'd be 2 DeLoreans in that timeline because one's buried.
Oh, yeah.
Because Doc buried it. So to get they could patch the fuel and siphon the fuel from the one that's buried. Problem solved.
You really need a
Wasn't
job,
there a
Jamie.
whole thing of having
You
to
really need a
avoid
job.
the Hey, man, I'm happy to geek out anytime. Wasn't there a whole thing of having to avoid their past selves, though?
Yeah, but Doc ran into himself in 1955.
Mhm.
Right, but he totally casually blew it off, like,
Yeah.
just here's
Look,
your little thing here.
there's-
Yeah, weather.
There's a lot of holes in it, but I'm just saying, is there no way that they can go and just siphon a little bit of fuel to, get them up to 88 miles an hour? Anyway,
You
this
would
isn't.
think, yeah.
I could talk about this all the time. There's also the other theory of Marty dying. They reckon Marty died a whole bunch, and then Doc Brown went back and saved him, like when he jumped off the building. When Biff,
You know that there is comics from IDW, Back to the Future comics,
I haven't read
that
them, but
were
I know they're there.
actually
Yep.
they were actually done by Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah.
So it's actual canon stuff. It fills in a lot of things.
Oh, I need to read them because I'm a Back to the Future fan and I haven't read them. I haven't even played the game, the Telltale's game. that came out.
IDW.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Telltale game looked pretty good. But yeah, it's IDW, I believe, that the Back to the Future comics come out.
What did I say?
I think you said IDW, yeah.
Okay.
I was just letting Jamie know because he loves Ninja Turtles, and that's where he like the Ninja Turtle comic run from IDW is brilliant.
I am proud to say I have the entire Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle run and all of the little spin-off
Nice.
series from IDW
Awesome.
and all of the Back to the Future comics.
You're better than me.
Awesome.
I have all the IDW up until episode 100, issue 100 or whatever. When it went weird, too weird for me. I have 2 sets of first prints of the Last Ronin. One of them signed by Kevin Eastman because I met him a couple of years ago, and I gave him a copy of my book.
I check this out. I used to run a comic book reviewing site called Chico Comics Page, and Kevin Eastman called my house for an interview. I talked to him for like 45 minutes on the phone. But here, check this out. Check this out. I got crickets. And this is why. We start talking about the IDW origin and how they incorporated reincarnation into the whole thing. And I was talking about how I really liked that. And it was actually, of the Turtles origins I'd seen, that was actually one of my favorites. And it's just silence. And he goes, yeah, that was actually Tim Waltz's idea. And I'm just like, oh my God, I just said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he called my house. He called my phone number and talked to me for like 45 minutes. We talked heavy metal and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and everything. It was awesome.
He's such a down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
Because, when I went, there was a massive, like, it was a Comic-Con, Supernova Comic-Con, I can't remember which one it was. And I think the Superman guy was there, Tyler Coachland, the Superman and Lois. Yeah, he was there. Alyssa Milano was there. The biggest line was Kevin Eastman, and it was just for days. And the only reason I got to see him is because I had a special pass which got me to the front of the line, because he was just wanting to talk to everyone. He'd spend time with you. It wouldn't be just like, oh yeah, there you go, there you go. It was
he was super friendly, and even with my faux pas, he was gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exactly like you describe it. Just totally down to earth. It was great. Yeah.
I was just thrilled that he pronounced emu right.
Emu, right?
Emu. because a lot of people call it emu. A lot of Americans say emu.
Oh.
And it's emu. And he got it right straight off the bat.
I think I've only heard it emu.
There you go. I think it may depend on which part of the country you're from. Because I've been on a lot of podcasts and they keep going emu.
I mostly West Coast. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Maybe. I may have to look into this. But anyway, this isn't the Ninja Turtle podcast. But are you looking forward to the last Ronin movie that's coming out?
Yes, that's going to be nice.
I've been waiting my whole life for a very violent Ninja Turtle movie.
Speaking of Ninja Turtles, let's bring this around here to Ryan.
Okay.
What did you think of Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Watching Batman and Shredder fight. Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. And even the movie was good. Even the movie was good.
Yeah.
Is there three comics, isn't there? There's three comics.
Yes, there is.
I think I've got the third one, but I haven't read it yet. But I absolutely loved it. It just made sense,
Mm-hmm. They so perfectly blended together. I mean, like with the League of Assassin and the foot and everything all together. I was like,
and then
how has this not happened before?
And then mutating the villains,
right? That was good stuff.
So good. I'm waiting for them to do it with Daredevil now, seeing that Turtles was a homage to Daredevil.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you notice it was a bit more than an homage?
Yeah.
If you read Daredevil #1 and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, basically what they are saying is when Matt Murdock pushed that old man out of the way and the canister fell out of the thing, that is the very canister that created the Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
I mean, I heard it was an homage, but then I read
Yeah.
it and I was like, that's not an homage. You're saying it took place in that universe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, let's play a game. Are you ready for a game?
Okay, let's do it.
I'm going to bring up the image so you can know what's going on. So the game is called Story Pitch. So basically what we're going to do is get you to give us a number between 1 and 12 for each of these categories: setting, genre, main characters, professional, and an optional addition. And each one of these, me and Ryan have a graph which correlates to the number that you give us, and we'll give you a setting, we'll give you a genre, we'll give you the rest. And you got to pitch us a story. Now, it can be a comic book story, a movie, anything you want it to be, but we need you to pitch us a story.
I'll give it a shot. Let's do it.
So, with that in mind, give us a number between 1 and 12 for setting.
1,
Okay, and genre?
2.
2. Sensing a pattern here. Main character?
Well, there is a pattern, but it's not the pattern you think. 3,
3, yes.
and then 8.
8. All right.
Fibonacci sequence.
Oh, okay. Let's see what this brings. All right. Looking at graph 1, Ryan. Our setting is a space station.
Okay.
Mine is still loading. I apologize. Okay. Graph number. Oh, sorry. Genre was number 2, and
Yes,
the
it
genre
was.
is sci-fi. So
Oh,
you're
that
doing
worked.
well so far.
Okay.
Your main character's profession is a serial killer that's on the run.
Okay.
And your optional addition, which is something that must appear in this story, is emus.
Emus. Okay.
Space station with
Well, that
yeah.
additional option really kind of threw me for a loop there.
That's what they're about.
Okay.
That's what they're about.
Okay. Okay. How about the serial killer has come to the space station because they have a new teleportation technology that he wishes to alter to make people dissipate into space instead of their destination. What was the optional addition again?
Emus.
Emus. Okay. But he feels like he has to leave some sort of a thing, like like those thieves, like in, say, like the Ocean's movies, where they feel like they have to leave some kind of sign saying that they were there.
Yeah.
Well, he
Lives
must
an
leave
emu.
a little emu figure at each death.
Awesome. I thought you were going to say an actual emu. Just kind of
No.
listening.
It would be kind of hard to get one of those aboard the space station, I think.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That his call sign or his what do you call it? It's not a call sign. It's a it's like his token. I forget.
Signature.
Signature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a signature, yeah.
They'll call him the emu killer.
That's right. Wait, so how did I do?
That works. I'm happy with that.
All right.
I'm happy with that. Now, we have another graph, so you can have another game. You can give us the same numbers. You can give us the same numbers. It'll be completely different. Or you can give us new numbers.
I'll give you different numbers.
Okay. What do you got for us?
How about 3, 6, 9, and 12?
3, 6, 9, and 12. We always get 12 a lot. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so for your setting, it's a garage sale.
Okay.
And what was the second number?
6.
6.
Okay, your genre is grim dark fantasy.
Okay.
Your main character is a door-to-door salesman.
And your optional addition, which is something that must appear in the story, is sumo wrestlers.
Okay.
It's a grim dark fantasy set at a garage sale. Your main character is a door-to-door salesman, and it has to have sumo wrestlers.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. The setting is a garage sale. What if the person who is running the garage sale is doing a kind of needful things deal with the sales?
Yes.
And let's see. When he goes around door to door pitching these gift ideas and collecting souls. I forgot the optional addition again.
Sumo wrestlers.
Sumo wrestling.
Sumo wrestlers.
But he has a particular penchant for sumo wrestling. He likes to go to these events and pick out his victims from these sumo wrestling events. And then he invites them to his garage sale.
That works. That works.
I like it.
Oh, I love this
I
game.
like it.
I love this game. I'm actually noticing.
Needful Things was a Stephen King story, wasn't it, as well?
It was a reference to Stephen King, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought so. Yeah. Excellent.
That's cool. I'm noticing a pattern. I'm starting to notice a pattern in how people pick them. Like, there's just ones that people always pick. We've had sumo wrestlers quite a bit, space station quite a bit, sci-fi quite a bit. Because I think deep down it's my hope that people are going to watch this show. When they come on, they'll be able to, it's like a bingo card, and they'll be able to pick exactly what they want. But
there you go.
Who sees? Thank you so much for joining us, Mike. It's been a blast.
Yeah. I've had a really good time talking to you guys. This has been a whole lot of fun. We've been geeking out, got to talk about the book a little bit.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me on. I really enjoyed this.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to give you the floor to plug what you want to plug, tell our listeners and viewers where they can follow you and support all the stuff that you're doing. The floor's yours.
Okay. You can find me on X at Nunneley Mike. That's NUNNELEY MIKE. You can find The Dread on Amazon. It is available in all territories. You can find it on Kindle Unlimited. You can find it in paperback, hardback, and on Audible.
Excellent.
And yeah, that's it. You can also see me if you want on Cinema Crusaders, where we do movie reviews and stuff.
Ooh, Brian's signing up right now. Yeah, well, guys, all the links will be down in the show notes. Be sure to check out Mike's stuff, support him, and check out our sponsors, Rebecca Castles and Martin Kurtz. If you want to reach out, thetrueandthefictional@gmail.com, or reach out on the socials. All our links are down below. Buy Ryan's shirt. Please buy Ryan's shirt.
Buy my shirt.
Support his cats. And you too can live the dream. Maybe I should make a support my cats shirt, Ryan. Do you think that'll sell?
Or support my book addiction.
Ooh,
there you go.
That's a good one.
There's a good one.
That's a good one. Stay tuned for that shirt coming. But yeah, thanks so much, guys, for listening. Until next time, keep supporting those indie authors.
Those what?
Those author indies. And we'll catch you on the next episode.
All right.
See you next time.